This video provides an overview of the Volta integration using the Syndeia web dashboard for Syndeia Release 3.5. We recommend watching video 1.9, Introduction to the Syndeia web dashboard first, which illustrates how to log into the web dashboard and its principal features. In this video, we begin on the Repositories page, where we identify the Volta category and expand it to show the existing repositories in this category. If there are no existing repositories, we can add one by clicking the plus-shaped Add Repository icon at the top. In our case, we already are linked to an existing repository named Volta at Intercax. If we need to add or update our access credentials for this, we select it and click the gear-shaped Update Repositories icon. If our credentials are good, Volta at Intercax appears in the Tree View column and can be expanded to show projects, personal workspaces, and team workspaces. Note the differing icons. These may be further expanded to show plans, sessions, workflow models, and, within the Files category, folders and files. For more information on the Volta data model and how it relates to the Syndeia graph, review the background section of the Volta Hands-On Tutorial 27.1. We can launch the Volta page in our default browser directly from the Tree View by right-clicking and selecting More Details. We can also learn more about the objects in the Tree View using the icons on the right. If we select a workflow model, Details shows us the properties of the Volta element, including its name, external key, type, URL, and others. The external key is an ID that we can use later in search. These can be displayed in the default order shown, or alphabetically, using the icons at the top. Click Details again to close this panel. The search icon allows us to search the repository using the Simple or Advanced search interface. Under Simple, we first select the Volta item type. If we choose Folder, we can then enter a text string, for example, Demo, as part of the folder name. There are two results on the right. We can right-click a result and access the same functions that are available in the Tree View to the left. If we search by ID and use the external key from the previous page, and have found the workflow model. Experienced users can query the repository by selecting Volta Advanced and using the Volta query language. Review the Volta documentation to learn more. The Relations icon lets us see what the selected element is connected to. The Syndeia web dashboard shows both intermodel connections, the links from the Volta element to a model element in another domain, which Syndeia creates and manages, and intramodel connections between Volta elements. These are created and managed within Volta, but the Syndeia web dashboard can extract and display them when the Relations icon is clicked. In this case, the workflow model selected is linked to 3 sessions, each holding the results for one model run. These are intramodel connections. There are also 2 existing intermodel connections to a GitHub file and a Jira issue. And we can add a third from the web dashboard using the Add icon, which opens a new window. To add a new reference relation to the Syndeia database, we select a Syndeia project, watch video 1.5 on projects if needed, select a target repository, Confluence in this case, and expand the contents of that repository to check the box beside the element that we want to connect to. Before creating the connection, we have the option of setting the direction, all Syndeia connections having a defined direction. When we click Create Reference Relationship and refresh the relations display, we see the third new intermodal relationship. In Syndeia Release 3.5, this feature works only for reference intermodal connections. Intramodal connections and model transform intermodal connections are not possible for the Volta integration, but should be available in future releases. The Syndeia Web Dashboard provides an alternate view of the network of connections involving Volta elements called the Digital Thread Explorer. If we right-click on a Volta element, for example, the workflow model, and choose Graph View, the window shifts to show a single node. If we hover over it, info appears in a box with the name, external key, and key. If we click on it, the same information appears at the top. Its color corresponds to the color key on the right. View Video 110, Setting Graph Display Preferences for info about graph colors and layout. If we right-click and choose Expand, we see all the connections to it, both the intramodal connections to other Volta elements and the intermodal connections, in this case to GitHub, Jira, and the Confluence page we just connected. As in the tree view, we can open the connected element directly from the diagram in our browser. We can also expand the new nodes interactively to follow a chain of connections. There are a few features of the Volta integration, such as compare operations across reference connections, which are only accessible from the Syndeia client dashboard. Check out the Volta tutorials under the Syndeia plugin headings.